So, I have a bit of a different video today. Just doing a bunch of meal prep, trying to simplify life and stuff, So, when you're chopping a bunch of stuff, like peppers and onions and all that, just to, so I don't have to do it throughout the week, because my job is pretty tiring now that I have to actually deal with vendors and talk to other associates and give them tasks and things like that. And this job, I've had a lot of experience in the field of retail, but when it comes to actually being in charge of other employees, and I'm not saying like I'm a management level, technically I am, but it's just, I'm not on paper. It's got me to really, really think about how retail is viewed and how corporations function and why people don't like their managers. And there comes a lot of blame that ends up on people that don't deserve it, and that's not a surprise to anybody, right? I mean, that's pretty universally known. But when it comes to how it's dealt with, that right there is different, because the natural reaction is usually complaining, point the finger at an authority figure, blame something outside of your control, or just gripe, gripe in general. And I am definitely not immune to those examples there, but I am aware, and I'm getting better at recognizing when I'm doing that. And I'm actually very thankful that this position taught me that, and it's taught me a lot about other things in general. My other job, because I work 2 jobs, you know that. I'm just always tired, right? And it's not the job's fault that I'm always tired. I mean, it plays a big part in exhaustion, but when it comes to always being fatigued and everything, no, it's not really the job's fault. That is the physical part of it. The mental part of it is from just having to make decisions all the time. Part of the reason why I'm doing this right now. If you meal prep, or at least prepare things to cook ahead of time, so you're not feeling rushed and overwhelmed, the mind is more relaxed. And it sounds simple. Sounds like, well, duh, everyone knows that, right? Well, do you though? Do we all though? How many times have we just felt overwhelmed, or like our anxiety is kicking in, or that we need to take a break, or we freak out on somebody that's just asking like an honest question, or you know what I'm saying? Every adult with children has been there. Every person that lives in the social media world, which I definitely do not, despite this channel. I do not have enough subscribers to even entertain that, but they're always stimulated, always making decisions, and they're always griping, they're always pointing the finger, they're always trying to influence someone else. And we all just need to slow down and really look inward to ourselves. It's our fault for the way things are in our life, for the most part. There's obviously things like a family member's death, or a friend in an accident, or losing a pet, or losing a cherished item that you've had since you were a child, or the weight of just reality, just living. How do we deal with that, right? Well, my honest advice, if you don't have any plan, please don't just do anything I say. I want you to actually process what works for you. Think about you, because I'm not you. I'm just me. I'm me. And what works for me, which I suggest to try, is when you're feeling overwhelmed, just don't talk to him. Just don't say anything. Don't act out of emotion. It's foolish, and you always end up, at least I do, end up saying something that someone else didn't deserve to be spoken to, or words that someone didn't need to hear, that they didn't deserve to hear. And it's pretty humbling knowing that I can be one of the high points in someone's day, and one of the low points in someone's day. And of course, I prefer not to be one of the low points. And when it comes to authority figures, like I mentioned earlier, it's kind of viewed negatively. I personally understand this really well now, because the manager that we have seems like a decent guy. He's always trying to be out. He's always trying to do stuff and execute the plan, so to say. And there's rebuttals and arguments, and some people just don't like it, And his hands are tied. He doesn't have to like it, He doesn't really get a choice, because he's beholden to people around him and above him. Just like that employee is beholden to people around them and above them, which should be him or her, or whoever your management in your area is, or field. And it's a lot of noise. The way out of that is to give yourself a break that's actually like an emotional, relaxing, just calm. No stimulation. Don't pull out your phone. Don't doom scroll. Don't waste your time with that stupid TikTok crap, or that stupid Twitter crap, or X, whatever whatever they decide to change the name to in a couple months, if they do. Or don't scroll on Amazon, or don't impulse shop. Don't waste your time. It's not a waste of time to do nothing in a busy life. Doing nothing when you're busy, for you, is very healthy to do, and it's necessary to be mentally stable. You need to be mentally stable to have a stable life. Finances are not the only thing that makes you stable. Stability comes from within yourself. You need to be stable in here and in here before you can be stable outwardly. And it took a long time for me to understand that. You can hear something and think you know it, but until you actually understand what you heard, you don't know it. You don't actually understand the lesson. And an example of that would be watching the news, watching TikTok, watching the media. It's designed to keep your attention span short. It's designed for you to move on to the next topic before you understand it. You know what I'm saying? Picture that the next time you open up TikTok, or the next time you turn on the news. Fox, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, it's all garbage. It's all noise. Constantly stimulating your brain is just so taxing that you're always going to feel tired, because you never give yourself a break. Sleep is essential for life, right? But also being calm and relaxed is essential to be productive. Being productive isn't just go to work, go shopping, get in and out really fast. That's not productivity. Productivity, it can be something as simple as having all of your stuff in your home organized, having all of your time being relaxed but useful for the following day because you're not stressed in your planning. This right here, what I'm doing, can be called productive because I am taking time today during my downtime that's doing something that's not stressful for the days throughout my week. This is something that I won't have to do every single day when I want to make something to eat. I have peppers here, I have onions here, I have eggs here, I have pork shoulder that's shredded already right there, I have flour right there, I have stuff rising in this pan for my wife. It's a birthday present, even though it's after her birthday. It's essential. It just is. Take time for yourself. Do things for yourself. This is for me. This is for my wife. There is comfort in that. There is satisfaction in planning ahead, and it's easier on your brain because you don't need to process it when you're busy. It is one less thing that's stimulating. The noise of life, in any event, in any case, like car horns, power tools, construction sites, the simple sound of footsteps on pavement, those are all stimulants. They stimulate you. And when you start your day off, like most of us, we start it with some type of stimulant, like caffeine or tea, or an energy drink for those that are just not organized at all, usually, or simply don't like coffee. Our culture needs to understand, reteach ourselves what life is, what calm is, what relaxing is, what usefulness is. You cannot be useful if you are not organized. You cannot be organized if you're not relaxed and calm enough to organize your life. My life right now, that I'm making decisions each day, is getting a little bit more organized because I'm aware of this. That's the only reason why, and I'm not boasting. I want everyone to look at their life and see, is it chaotic or is it organized? And a lot of really wealthy people have very organized lives. And of course, there's some with privilege, but that is about 40% of them that were born with that wealth. Around 60% made it themselves. Just think about that before blaming other people. It's not other people's fault for your position. It's your fault. It is your responsibility to get out of it. My family, unlike most families, I guess, especially in the Western world, very dramatic. The drama that drives, people apart that are supposed to love each other and yada, yada, yada. Being outside of all of that, it's pretty nice. I don't have to worry about that mess. I don't start my day with my stimulant, coffee, worrying about, ooh, what did this jerk say about me? Who's this person talking to? They're talking behind my back. No. None of that stuff even crosses my mind because I don't allow it to. I don't have time for it. That doesn't benefit me. Social media, that is something that I think you need to just cut out, wean yourself off of. Ask yourself, is this useful to me or am I being used? Ask yourself, is this causing my life more stress or does it actually relax me? Is this distracting me from my duties? Is this distracting me from my desires? Or is it helping me get there? Just think about these things before you make a decision or a choice or do an action. These simple baby steps. I know it sounds childish to talk like this and simplifying something like this in this manner, but how else can I say it when we're already confused? I'm trying to be as simple as I can in this description because I myself haven't fully understood all of the parts to this. Anyway, I'm going to get back to doing what I'm doing here with meal prep for the week. And if this was helpful to you, please subscribe if you want. Thumbs up if you think this is useful. Share it if you think you know somebody that this would be useful for. I don't want money out of this. I genuinely want people to be healthy. I want people to be relaxed, less stressful. So, help me out, help me out by doing that. Because if it helps other people, do it. Anyway, I'm going to end it with this before I let you go. Get outside. I know I'm inside my house right now, but that's because it's the weather. I would be sitting on a bench, but we got more snow yesterday. Lovely Minnesota. Anyway, all right, I'm going to get back to doing what I'm doing. I'll let y'all go. All right, bye-bye.